Hello, this is Arash from TarantisT. You're listening to Brutally Delicious podcast.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Bruce.
Yeah.
That's my partner, Rena.
Nice meeting you.
Very nice to
Thanks
have
for
you.
having me.
Oh, absolutely. I know you said you're out in LA now, so it's early for you to get up this early to do this, huh?
Well, actually, it's late. I'm always at the office, so I didn't go to the office this morning because of this. So.
Oh, nice. You took the day off to talk to us. I guess now the pressure's on.
Yeah.
Rena's in Finland, so it's late for her.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 7 p.m. here, but it's pitch black. Like we're in the deepest pits of Mordor here in Scandinavia at the moment. It's like no sun season, and it sucks. I can tell you that. Like I bet your experience of life is very different in LA.
Well, we get like dark black around 4:35 p.m. here in the fall and winter, but I mean, is it during the day also dark?
Yeah, but there's only like a few hours of sunlight, which is, not visible most likely.
I want to experience that, to be honest. Yeah, I want to experience that.
I don't know.
It's cool if you come and experience it as like a gimmick thing. But then when you live here and you do it winter after winter after winter, you're like, fuck it, fuck this,
I imagine it plays on your, it's got to play on your psyche and your emotions and everything, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it does. It most certainly does. Like, seasonal depression is a thing. A lot of people start getting it like in the fall already when light starts like dimming down and you have less of it. So like, I think a lot of it has to do with knowing that the full season of full on dark is creeping your way.
Right.
But then some people also have spring depression. Like when the sun comes back, people get depressed.
Like the dark more.
Yeah, like I just got used to this shit, and now I gotta like, what is this?
Yeah. Real dark people, though.
Yeah,
I know. This is why we're a metal country. Clearly.
Anyway,
so are you guys super freaking metal? Let's talk about that.
Amazing. Let's do it.
So tell us where the band is right now. What are you guys doing? I listened to the new single, Revolution. That was great. So what's going on with that one? Tell us everything.
Thank you. So we've been in Los Angeles since 2007. We started this band back in early 2000 in basements of Tehran, very secretly, and in the underground scene. We've been playing heavy metal music, putting secret shows. And then very soon, because of the internet, we got internationally recognition through MySpace and other things. And then people from the medias in US, in Europe, in Japan, they were getting visa to come visit Iran, to come Iran to visit with us, to have a talk with us, this metal band in Iran in that time.
Wow.
And then we got invitations for some festivals in Europe and then South by Southwest in America. Then we came and started, residing here. There's been some lineup changes, of course, in any band that's always like that. But mostly my brother and I have been the main core of this band. I've been writing and producing everything. And right now, other friends are playing with us. And we've been creating music always like regarding a social, political situation. Universally, with the focus of what's going on in Iran, with this occupying guys that occupied the country since 44 years ago. Everything has been reverted back to like barbarian era, ridiculous regulations and policy limitations. So in Iran back in the time, if you've been like walking into the street with an instrument or something, if they knew that you play something specifically heavy metal, you've been getting arrested, labeled as a devil worshippers, and all those nonsense expired kind of thoughts.
Right.
And then for releasing the music, there is not a market, there's not an industry unless you get permissions from their morality offices and their nonsenses. I'm trying to remain polite and not use profanity against.
No, please.
No problem. Spill the beans, boy.
Yeah, go for it. We're all right.
And then yeah, so you had to get the permission. So some idiot turban head had to go through your lyrics and give you the good to go or rejection to you as a musician, as an artist or something. And we know that this is not our scene. Since the first day I knew that this is not a place that I want to be. So we were kind of rebelling against it. And fortunately, our hard work ended up in getting recognition and getting invited to different places. And, at least being in a place that we do whatever we want. Although things can be a lot more better, but we're still trying hard.
Right.
We do our best. And then wherever I'm talking too much, just
no, please.
No, you're not. But go ahead. Yeah.
And then putting things together. Limitations for the musicians. Females cannot sing. Females cannot be as a front person of a band, and other human rights violations, like you name it, every single aspects of human rights, these guys is turban heads, they are against it. And humanity is just doesn't have any definition for it. And there's been always protest and uprising against them, and they knew it. But recently, it everything is a lot more, worse for them and better for the people. People are getting more united together, very strong. For example, last September, a young girl with her family from a small city, they go to Tehran, the capital, to visit. And because she was not fully covered her hair, and it's just a few strands of her hair was out, she get beaten by the morality police, and then hitting her head to the curbside and dragging her on the ground, and then she dies. So because of a few strands of hair outside. And then the whole nation was waiting for another, spark or something to just get together. And the uprising started from there. Masa Amini is her name. And after that, a lot of other young girls, young kids, young boys, they got arrested, they got raped, they got tortured in the prison. Young girls, like kids from the school, are getting kidnapped and raped in the prison. Political writers, musicians, rappers, activists, you name it, athletes, everyone. They just people are in the street for their basic rights. These guys are killing with war weapons, with automatic rifles, with shotguns, with snipers, bullets specifically into their heads and into their hearts. So it's crazy. It's nasty what's going on. And they know they're going to lose. They're going to go downhill to the nasty place of the history, but they are still resisting, But eventually, one of these days, they're going to collapse.
Yeah, because it was just like yesterday and today here in the Finnish news even, that they have now abolished the morality police, that they're
that's
shutting
nonsense.
It down.
That's lie. Let's just not get back to that.
Like I do PR and blah 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 communications for a long time, and my first thought was like, this is a PR stunt. They're just like in name going to say that, all right, this instance no longer exists, but the same stuff is going to continue under a different name, under a different agency, under whatever, like that. No real change is actually happening. So do you agree with my gut feeling?
They are great in making false propaganda and false news and nonsense. So they are amazing in that. It's just put some random bullshit into the PR campaigns and everyone is talking about that. So that's total nonsense and wrong.
How much do people actually care in Iran about what other people in the world think about them? And I'm not talking about other Islam countries, but like the West.
It's a lot. it's amazing. It is encouraging them. People are expecting that, because whatever happened in the past in the war, Iranian people were participating, were sympathizing with them. If there was a plane crash in some part of the world, Iranian people were hold the candlelight events. If there was a building collapsing somewhere, Iranian people were up front supporting. On social media, commenting and showing their sympathy to the family and the causes that were happening. And at this point, they expect the entire world to support them. If there was a war in Ukraine, Iranians were in the front, supporting them, raising their flags, candlelights, and things like people, Iranian people. We're talking about people, not occupying regime of Iran. So,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. And they expect the entire world to be their voice at this point. And amazingly, a lot of people, politicians, normal people, athletes, public figures, celebrities, actors, singers, they've been talking about that. But we want more and more and more support until Iranian people get to this victory.
Yeah. And I think it's fair to expect that, you know, like that we have to have a united front against these atrocities and these human rights violations. Like, you know, that we're not asking for that much. We're just asking for little girls not to be kidnapped and raped and in prison somewhere. You know, that this isn't, and I just saw it on the internet, like, you know, that there was this really, really good meme that said that they want to call it woke. Because if you call it basic empathy, it clearly shows that those guys are in the wrong, you know, and that's basically what it's about. I don't know if I would identify as woke so much. Maybe I would. I don't know. Maybe someone would put me in that category. But, you know, basic human decency. This is like, you do exactly. You, I'll do me. This is not too much to ask. And everybody should have that right.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, we're all humans. We're all humans. Nothing above that. I mean,
what do you think, Bruce?
I just find it so hard to believe that we're living in whatever this is, the 21st century, and this stuff is barbaric stuff is still even happening.
By the way, speaking of a dog, even animals, they don't have safety in Iran. I'm not sure if you've read it on the news or what. They mass murdering dogs. They collecting dogs off of the streets. You're not allowed to walk your dog in the streets because this fucking stupid mullahs, dogs are against their religion or their idiot beliefs. Yeah.
I did not know that at all.
Now you know it. Yeah. So if you love your dog, you got to be vocal about that also.
Yes. Yeah. It's funny you mentioned dogs. We just had a whole conversation with a drummer who was totally, had his, like Rena just said, had his dog singing for us, literally singing.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of memes.
Yeah, it's if you don't like, I get it if you're afraid of dogs or animals, or you are super allergic, or that you're even
that's
indifferent.
A whole separate thing.
That's fine. But if you hate dogs just for the sake of hating them, there's something wrong with you as a person, like deeply wrong with you. I don't want to share a space with you. I'm not going to buy a used car from you. You know,
I can't trust people who don't like dogs, right?
No.
Exactly.
But so what's happening with the band right now? So you went through, and it must have been like an ordeal to get that move done, like, you know, making that huge transition of life, like, you know, leaving your family, leaving everything that you've known to go live in another country for the sake of being able to play music. So, like, do you think that sacrifice has like paid off? Are you happy with that choice?
Well, I sacrificed everything. I mean, it could be a lot better. I have a peace of mind, but as far as the achievements, no, because at some point we got, you know, the industry has been very selective and discriminating because they still consider us as related to those occupying people of Iran's country. We've been very discriminated. We didn't get any good record deal or offer or anything, the major things that they were offering to the other people. And I've been sitting with a lot of people. I've been getting invited to a lot of meetings with companies, with industry people. The main answer is just because we are exotic people, we couldn't fit in.
Yeah. So there is already one
at this point,
system of a down, and they're exotic enough, and like.
Yeah. And then at this point, we've been always self-produced with we spend on the production and our things, but we definitely can help. Can use the help of like professional companies or producers, promoters, publishers, anyone helping us putting the shows, because an artist can only do up to some point.
Yeah.
So the production is our burden. Putting shows and putting events and things like that, it's not my expertise. It's not my band's expertise. So we would definitely appreciate any help in that matter.
Right.
Okay, people, anybody listening, shoot Arash a message, because it's not cool. It's it's hard to make it in that business, and the discrimination can be racial, it can be gender, it can be weight, depending on your gender. Not so many fat chicks making it, right? You gotta fit a certain tiny box of like what is sellable, and like what you said, that it's not your expertise, it's not like your thing to do is sell the gigs, do the promo, do the blah 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 blah, and it seems to be that like you need to have that person in the band, like the ones that like really do the grind. They have somebody or two people in the band who are really good with social media, who are really connected into the local or even global venues to play at, and they have so it's all about the connections, and it's all about like who's good at what, and it's so hard to find that team to be around you that they would do those things for you. I completely get it. It's not a picnic for sure.
And everything's so DIY now, as opposed to the way it was in the past, where you had record companies and all that other stuff with the cash. Everything is DIY. So Rena's right. You have to have somebody that is able to take on that and do it. And it's hard when you have full-time jobs because you're not making millions as a band either.
Yeah.
And I may have missed it.
What is your day job, if I may ask?
What was it?
What is your day job, if I may ask, if you have one?
Well, I'm a audio engineer myself.
Nice.
I get some projects like that, but my main job is in healthcare field, so totally different.
Calculus that's what you said.
Healthcare.
Healthcare field.
Healthcare. I thought you said calculus. I'm oh my god, the dude's some sort of wizard. Math. Like I don't get math. But yeah, that's amazing. Like, I also do music. I do this podcast, but it doesn't pay my bills. I also need to have a day job.
Exactly.
To pay for the real life that I want to live.
Right.
But it is what it is. But tell me about your lineup currently. So it's you and who? So
the original 4-piece rock band, me, my brother, a couple of my friends. I play bass and vocals in the band. My brother plays guitars. We have another guitarist and a drummer. So 4 pieces.
Nice.
Do you guys
plus some electronics that we play?
Do you guys all write in the traditional way, like in a room together, or are you kind of writing things and bouncing ideas back and forth via like internet?
Sometimes barely, but I sit down at my desk and I take care of everything. I send it to the other people for their consultation. Consulting with them for their input. If they want to add anything, if they want to change anything. Sometimes we add, we change. Most of the times they're fine with what I'm doing. So they count on me mostly. When you do a lot of the work and tasks, they count on you.
So I know Rena was talking about, discrimination, and we've been mentioning it. Do you find that in the metal community as well? Because I think the metal community is sort of more accepting to everyone, isn't it?
Well, the community is us humans. It is accepting. It is very good. But the people in charge of the industry,
gotcha,
they seems to, separate themselves from being humans. So.
Right. But overall, like the actual metal community and the fans and people like us. I mean, I think we're all pretty accepting of everybody, right? Doesn't matter what religion, race, or as Rena said, weight. Yeah, metalheads are metalheads, and pretty fairly accepting in my experience anyway.
Yes.
But obviously my experience is not your experience.
I mean, yeah, I can surely say yes, it's been like accepting, but there are rare occasions. So yeah, you look exotic, like dark hair and stuff. So I've been facing it.
I'm sure. That's terrible.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
People, come on, like get a grip. And it's, you know, there was this amazing guy called Jacques Fresco, who was in connection to the Venus Project and to the Zeitgeist Project. Like he's passed now, but anyways, but he had this amazing video on how it's, you know, that it's always taught that hate, it's a learned thing, so you can unlearn it as well. And it would be unfair of people to expect you to somehow unteach that to people. But you know that when you talk to people who are really racist or whatever, like, you know, in all like kindness and friendship, you can sort of in a Play-Doh like way, where you just ask questions, help that person to arrive in the basically only right conclusion that there is on their own. And that sort of then represents the unlearning that the person needs to land there on their own, like have that epiphany moment, like, holy crap, they're right, you know, maybe this isn't how things are. But if it's just like crammed down your throat and you're told that you're shit, like, you know, that you're a crap human, you don't deserve to live, then of course you're going to get defensive. But like, you know, it just takes a lot of maturity. It takes a lot of like intellectualism and like, you know, this sort of patience that I personally probably wouldn't be able to conjure up in that sort of a conversation. But yeah, there's hope. So I have hope for those people. Snap out of it, you know.
Is it hard, and you may not want to answer this, but is it hard to not be angry? Or are you just angry?
It is very hard. It is very hard. But through all these years, I was able to manage it, to, you know, deal with it and accept it. So acceptance is the first step to, you know, at least getting a inner peace of mind for yourself. So.
And heavy music is quite cathartic, right? Are you able to funnel all that shit into the music? Yes.
Thumbs up.
I love it. Yes. Absolutely. I mean, I think as a listener and as a musician as well, it's so cathartic.
To anything.
Yes.
The cure to anything. The minute you start playing it, everything is vanishing.
Yep.
It is the happy place. It is the good mental health place.
Yes. So there's mine. The only thing keeping me
sane is music in my veins. Love it, Bruce. That's amazing.
Yep. So I'm with you, man.
Is a little like underwhelming in this context. Where is it?
Oh, nice.
But there is a tiny.
Nice.
So to the amazing subject of tattoos. So I've got my guitar going to my veins, rooting into
beautiful. So we're all on the same page.
We totally are. Sister and brotherhood. Like said.
But I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I mean, like, you know, obviously our experience is not yours because you've lived through it, and I apologize for anybody, you know, doing that shit to you, because in the end we're all just humans, right? As human, as Rena likes to say.
Yeah, very kind of you. Thanks for saying that.
And we're bonded by the riff here as well, so that's even better.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Rena?
Hey. Yes, I would like to know, like, what's next for the band? What sort of plans do you guys have?
Well, we constantly keep publishing singles by singles every week or every 2 weeks. I mean, we have another song coming out tonight or tomorrow in Farsi supporting this revolution, another one in a few days, another one next week. But we definitely want to put shows and events together.
Right.
Like I said, we need help with that. So
maybe if somebody's watching this, they can reach out to you. So what can you drop your Facebook pages or where they can get a hold of you in case they want to?
Yeah, every all of our social media whatever.com/TarantisT, TaranTist. TarantisT means bitten by tarantula. So on Instagram, on Facebook, our website, Twitter, YouTube, the Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere, TarantisT.
And I'm hoping somebody's watching this that can help you guys and get behind you and get this message out, because this really is the 21st century and none of this shit should be going on.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity that you're giving to me. So
anytime, you're welcome anytime. I love this chat.
My pleasure, yeah.
And I apologize for the dogs. It's been a weird day with dogs, so.
We love dogs.
It's been a weird day with dogs.
We love dogs. No apology for the dogs.
Thank you, my friend. I really am behind you 100%. I hope somebody can help you out. Thank you for shining the light on all the wrongs here.
Thanks for everything. It's a pleasure. It's been a pleasure meeting both of you. I hope
let's do it again.
Meet in person very soon. Yeah, definitely.
And we'll do it again.
We have to.
Yes.
We need to do like a big, brutally delicious shebang thing where we just invite everybody who's ever been a guest to your house.
A bunch, right. Come on over. I got the room. But you got the dog, if you can deal with the dog.
Oh, totally. And you're going to barbecue for everybody.
Yes.
Arash, that deep fried turkey or whatever it was that you did.
I'll get the smoker going. Arash, thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Be well, my friend. Keep up the good work.
Have a nice day.
For sure.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.